When I first started my business in 2016, I could not wait to put together a brand messaging and website copywriting system built upon what I had learned in corporate marketing, but one that was geared towards creative, artsy type speak. I wanted to build a framework and a process that any creative could go through to get confident in their message and write a website that converts. I had so much success as I realized no one was really doing this, particularly to serve this audience quite yet, and I served client after client after client. I started tailoring and teaching my methods, getting to first talk at events like Rising Tide Society meetups in my city, but then going further and getting to teach parts of my philosophy with brands like Creative Live, the School of Styling. The problem I started running into pretty quickly, well, there were actually three. First, it was all dependent on me. It was based on me and how many hours I had in the day, as I was the one writing all of the copy and figuring out how many clients I could squeeze into my calendar. If you know anything about my business and my background, I actually started my business because I was hospitalized in 2015 for generalized anxiety, depression, and an eating disorder. A lot of that was triggered by high stress work environments that I'd just been around in forever. And I said when I started my business as somebody who loves work that I wanted to figure out how to work, but from a place of rest, not 24/7 hustle. I simply wanted to make my business more scalable than just the number of clients I could take on every year and get my process in front of more creatives that could benefit from it. Second problem, I know that good, more senior level copywriting is not cheap. It involves hours and hours of research and time in the weeds with edits, and not everybody has that in the budget. Finally, this is the crux that it came down to for me. I realized that if you can't describe why you do what you do, how you do it, the way you do it different, or maybe even better than your competition, then we have a problem. You are the CEO of your creative business, and if you can't sell me on working with you or buying from you, who can? But here's the thing I believe. You are equipped to do this. No one knows your process, your target market, your product or service, and most importantly, your story quite like you do. You just need the tools to be able to communicate it. And you shouldn't have to hire a copywriter every single time you need something written, right? So near the end of 2016, I launched an experiment called Copywriting for Creatives. I wanted to see if I could teach this system to more than just one creative at once and see if I could get them the kind of results that I was getting my one-on-one clients. I got 32 creative women in the first time to work through this, and then tweaked the system a couple of months later with 6 more women in more of a small group setting so I could really get it right. I was so nervous back in those days. I really wanted to work with women who were not trained copywriters, women who did not want to become professional copywriters. They just wanted to be really good creative small business CEOs and marketers. I was also nervous because I wanted to make sure that it worked to lay the framework for brand new businesses that hadn't even gotten started yet, but also worked for successful creatives who already had brands, offerings, and even launches under their belt. Could they take this and learn something from this system to become a better communicator for their brand? So I tried my experiment a few times and the results were amazing. One alum told me she launched her website on time. That never happened, and she booked out 6 months almost immediately. She started getting between 10 and 12 direct replies to every newsletter that she sent out with heartfelt responses. She was also able to grow her team from 3 to 10 designers and was able to finally get consistent in her messaging. Since then, hundreds of creatives have been through this system, and nothing gets me more excited than seeing them learn that they can DIY their own copywriting and learn to communicate their message better, all in effort to make more sales. I get so jazzed when I see creatives like you be able to do what you feel like you were put here to do, walk into your passion, walk into your creative calling, and important to me, make money while you're doing it so you can continue to sustain those efforts. This Tuesday launches the next round of Copywriting for Creatives live online, and it is a limited enrollment period. So once we're in, I'm able to really camp out and focus on serving them. I'm not a very good multitasker. We'll spend about 8 weeks together going through what I know to be the first and only copywriting system designed for creative entrepreneurs just like you, all in efforts to help you master your message and then write your site with a page-by-page blueprint. There's weekly live sessions with me, chances to get feedback and my eyes on your work, a private community, tons of videos, but not too many because you're busy, and homework so we can really start getting your brand out of your head and on paper. I get so excited every time we bring in a new class, yes, because I get to meet so many new friends, but also because I get to hang out with the alum all over again. CFCers get lifetime access, and I love getting to chat and hang out with you and troubleshoot things going on in your messaging and in your copy. I'm just announcing our spring enrollment period, so if this is something that you're interested in, look down below and you can get a link with more information on it. Now, I work with a ton of wedding industry, creative entrepreneurs, and seasonal businesses. I know that you may not have 8 weeks right now. That's why Copywriting for Creatives is as self-paced as you need it to be. I I've created 30-day, 60-day, and 90-day guides so you can jump in and you can crank it out all on your time. One student even came up recently and said that her husband, who in her words sweetly does her taxes every month, came to her one night and said, "What is different? Something's changed because your numbers are sky high." She completely got over her fears of selling and really shifted her mindset to view sales as an exchange of value where she is helping to solve a problem. She also tripled her bookings the first month she launched her new website copy. I love hearing stories like that. It really never gets old, and I would be absolutely honored to get to help you on that path as well. Again, you can find more information in the link below, and no matter what, I hope that you learn to write words that finally pull their weight, make you some sales, and enable you to work from a place of more rest, less hustle.